Hello everyone and welcome to 3DExperience SOLIDWORKS 2023. My name is Warren McCrae and I'm a Technical Solutions Consultant with TPM. I'm located in Greenville, South Carolina. For this session, I'm going to introduce you to shape design with 3D Sculptor, Cloud CAD with 3D Creator, and overcome barriers with cloud collaboration. So sit back and enjoy the future of design with 3DExperience SOLIDWORKS.
Products today have more style and complexity than ever, but turning ideas into functional CAD models can be difficult with traditional modeling tools. 3D Sculptor takes a simpler, free-form approach that unlocks endless design possibilities, offering subdivision modeling from a browser on any connected device. Let's see how Dan Designer leverages the X-Shape app in 3D Sculptor to complete a sleek and stylish exterior for the latest C-Scooter design. Dan's new component starts with a few reference images. Subdivision modeling begins with a primitive shape, or surface that can be scaled uniformly or with the bounding box at any point in the design. Push, pull, scale, and rotate the sub-D elements with the on-screen manipulator to sculpt any shape imaginable. Add or remove edges or subdivide faces for more localized control. Curvature continuity is maintained throughout, but if sharp edges are needed, add a crease and make adjustments on the fly. Pop-up notifications and built-in task management makes it easy to collaborate on design projects. Teammates can add comments, share models, and track each other's progress, all within the same design workspace. Align sub-D elements to sketches or model geometry from other components, and achieve a high level of precision with numeric inputs. Turn on symmetry to automatically mirror changes. Add more material with the extrude command or insert an entirely new sub-D body. Make irregular selections with the lasso tool and align sub-D elements to a curvature that can be drawn right on the screen. Sometimes manipulating the sub-D body causes surfaces to intersect. The Mesh Inspection tool isolates these issues, and the Cage view makes it easy to refine the problematic area. The Net Surface command is perfect for creating sub-D surfaces based on sketches and curves already set up in the model. Parameters of the new surface can be adjusted by sculpting it into shape. Turn on the Work Zone to isolate specific areas of the active sub-D body or surface. Multiple sub-D bodies can be combined into a master model and split up into individual components for manufacturing. Handing off the design is as easy as dragging the updated model onto the task and moving it to complete. Adding manufacturing details can be done in XDesign or SOLIDWORKS Desktop, so designers can always work in their app of choice. As design of the C-Scooter continues to evolve, make a new revision with built-in data management, or create a branch when it's time to explore an entirely new concept. 3D Sculpture, a freeform environment, allows you to create complex shapes and surfaces more easily than ever. Collaborate with teammates to take your designs from concept to production, all from a browser on any connected device. How will you unlock endless design possibilities with 3DExperience Works?
Developing products today requires more flexibility and teamwork than ever, and traditional design tools aren't always equipped to handle modern teams spread across the globe. 3D Creator provides industry-leading parametric modeling on the cloud in any browser, connecting all the people and data needed to take products from idea to delivery. Let's see how Dan Designer uses the XDesign app in 3D Creator to complete the latest C-Scooter assembly. Don's first task is to design the battery enclosure. Part design typically begins with a sketch. Commands are easily accessible from context menus or shortcut rings. Switch between extrude, revolve, and sweep, all from one command with super features. User parameters can drive both sketch and feature geometry, so design changes update predictably. Shortcut rings adapt to the working environment to keep the most relevant commands close at hand, and command parking adds sketches or reference geometry on the fly without leaving the feature. Design Assistance anticipates the next step, so sketching is less repetitive and selections are faster than ever. Skip the sketch and extrude from any existing face, and create complex blends with a variable radius fillet. Drag and drop to insert a part into an assembly, open in another XDesign window. Assembling components is easy with intuitive context tools that recommend mates based on selected geometry. Create a new component from an existing feature right in the context of the assembly. Import PCBs and other ECAD files in traditional IDF formats. Snap-to-fit mating tools speed up repetitive assembly tasks, and artificial intelligence helps predict the placement of similar components. Copy with mates replicates components where patterns don't apply, and advanced mates allow designers to visualize complex motion scenarios. Built-in collaboration tools connect teams so working together on designs is easier than ever. Create and review markups to clearly communicate ideas and share updated models, all within the design workspace. Drive component patterns in assemblies with pattern features from existing geometry. Reusing sketches from other components saves time and ensures standardization. Create cosmetic or production-ready physical threads for most standard thread types. Integrated 3D printing places components in a virtual print bed configurable to the settings of most 3D printers. The auto-arrange tool intelligently lays out parts to avoid merging, and support analysis determines what areas in the design will need support during printing. Begin physical prototyping in no time by connecting to supported cloud printers or exporting in most common 3D formats. 3D Creator gives you the tools you need to complete design tasks, connect with teammates, and prepare for manufacturing, all from a browser on any connected device. What barriers to product development will you overcome with 3DExperience Works?
You've been considering a solution to manage your SOLIDWORKS data for years, but it's just felt daunting. Hardware investments are expensive, implementations are resource intensive, and in the end, do you really have the time? Let's see how Eric and his team overcame these common barriers with Collaborative Designer for SOLIDWORKS on the 3DExperience platform. With the 3DExperience platform, there's minimal configuration, so within minutes, Eric is able to begin securely saving his data to the cloud directly from SOLIDWORKS. Bookmarks provide a familiar way for him to organize and structure his designs. So with a simple save, Eric's design is secure. His custom properties are extracted, and with built-in lifecycle management, he can control design access privileges simply by updating the status. Without purchasing a single server, Eric's team can now access his designs from anywhere with a web browser. Pete is in product management and not a SOLIDWORKS user. When he's on site with his supplier to review the product structure, he has direct access to Eric's release designs. With the help of tags and filters, he can quickly visualize those parts that will be made and those that will be purchased. When Pete's supplier provides him feedback, he can improve the design. Pete captures the ideas in a markup. Redline sketches on the model help to convey that the lower bracket could directly support the piston, reducing the number of parts and strengthening the overall design. To get the feedback to Eric, Pete used to send emails with a few napkin sketch attachments. Now, he simply creates a task, assigns it to Eric, and drags and drops the markup and assembly onto the task, streamlining their design feedback and collaboration. Back at the office, Eric is able to access Pete's task right inside of SOLIDWORKS. He updates the status and then opens the assembly with a simple drag and drop. The assembly is brought local to his machine, ensuring optimal performance. Opening the markup in the task pane provides Eric a convenient reference to the changes he needs to make. Eric would have traditionally spent a lot of time renaming and replacing files to represent the new revision. Now, he simply bumps the revision on the affected part and assembly, and the references are managed for him. He modifies the geometry as requested by Pete, and with the help of the integrated search, he finds just the right piece of hardware to finish the task. With the changes made, Eric updates the release status of the design and finalizes the task. With Collaborative Designer for SOLIDWORKS, managing and collaborating on the SOLIDWORKS data has never been more accessible. As your needs grow, the 3DExperience Works will continue to help you overcome barriers with connected change management, project management, and release management. What barriers to design collaboration will you overcome with 3DExperience Works?
Getting a handle on your product development data and processes can be overwhelming. With the 3DExperience platform, you can provide alignment to your processes and structure to your data. Before we get started, let's take a brief look at some of the differences between SOLIDWORKS PDM and Cloud Data Management on the 3DExperience platform. As you can see, PDM runs within Windows with a SQL database running in the background. Cloud Data Management runs on any web browser with an internet connection. PDM is very similar to File Explorer, with the ability to create folders and leverage Windows technology. Cloud Data Management has two standard options, 3D Drive and 3D Space, as well as allow for access to other cloud storage programs like Dropbox and Google Drive. You can also set up a file structure utilizing bookmarks, which is like Windows. Both products integrate into SOLIDWORKS and Office products. PDM creates a local vault view for the client installations to access files from the local C drive, and Cloud Data Management also stores files locally but are stored in a local cache folder. Both programs offer viewing capabilities. PDM leverages eDrawings, and the 3DExperience platform offers an app called 3D Play, which has very similar capabilities. PDM may require one or more servers for multi-site companies, and they can be replicated from one location to another. No servers are required for Cloud Data Management. Dassault Systems and SOLIDWORKS maintains the cloud servers for us. PDM supports multiple custom workflows to support a variety of documents. Cloud Data Management has a single workflow that can be edited slightly, but there are some capabilities like route management that can be leveraged via the Task Management app. PDM can be integrated into SOLIDWORKS Manage, which adds additional capabilities to the user. Cloud Data Management fully integrates with all the 3DExperience apps available on the platform. PDM runs on the SOLIDWORKS network license. Cloud Data Management is powered by Inovia PLM, and each license is assigned to an individual via the SaaS model. Today, we will follow Eric as he securely organizes and manages his latest project on the BioDAP motor knee. We will see how all product development documents are stored. We will see how Eric can collaborate with his team without the need for emails and disconnected communication tools. We will see how the platform can assist with getting a design released. And finally, we will see how Eric can achieve full traceability when implementing a design change. Once logged into the platform, Eric begins reviewing the tasks he needs to finish before the end of the day. Tasks are a simple way to assign work and keep the entire product team up to date. To keep the product on schedule, Pete, the product manager, needs Eric to finalize the knee models so Sam in manufacturing can review them. Megan, the supervisor, needs Eric to update and add the product specification documents to the project. After reviewing the details, Eric simply drags and drops the task into the in work column. Megan will then be notified that Eric has started working on the project. Now, Eric can keep his entire team organized by placing their product documents into bookmarks. These collections provide a familiar structure for organizing and navigating all product documents and provide quick insight to design properties. "3D models can be previewed and detailed property information can be accessed, and supporting Office documents like the product specification documents can be dragged and dropped into the collection." Programs like Excel, PowerPoint, and Word all have integrations with the 3DExperience, allowing Eric to browse to the product specification documents and open it from the cloud. Eric updates the title of the document as well as adjusts the date. And then he saves it back to the platform, providing a short description of what he's updated. At any time, a full version and history of the document can be accessed so that the team can quickly pull up the older version or the older revision if needed. With Megan's task completed, Eric moves on to finishing up the knee models in SOLIDWORKS. The task pane provides valuable insight into whether the design has been saved to the platform or not. Document reservation status, as well as the revision. It's also easy for Eric to identify whether a document has been released or not, and what its part number is. With a single right click, Eric selects to save his drawing and assembly. Just like the Office integration, he has full access to the bookmark structure, ensuring he saves his design to the right project. He'll add a quick comment and then save the design. Only the files that have changed are pushed to the platform, ensuring the process is as efficient as possible. Now that the design is saved, Eric can access his task directly from the task pane in SOLIDWORKS and check the task as completed. With the 3DExperience platform, Eric has peace of mind with secure cloud-based file storage for all his team's project data. Now, Eric wants to get Sam's opinion on the design from a manufacturer's viewpoint. This traditionally would have been an email to Sam and a lot of back and forth. So let's see how Eric and Sam approaches this now. Eric starts by accessing the properties of the model directly and navigating to the Comments section. Comments provide him an easy way to tag Sam and share information directly connected to the model. No emails and no attachments. Let's catch up with Sam and see what his thoughts are. Sam gets notified that he has a new mention from Eric, meaning that Eric mentioned him in a comment. He clicks on it to see what Eric's had to say. Additionally, he has easy access to previewing the 3D model. Sam's not a SOLIDWORKS user, but he needs to better understand the product structure of the design. So, he closes the notification and does a quick search. Once found, he drags and drops it into the Product Structure Explorer. This tool not only allows him to see the product structure, but also see key information like part numbers, maturity state, and ownership. In addition, he can drill down into the individual item and see related documents like this first article inspection document. As helpful as it is to see the structure, Sam's job requires him to look at things differently. With 6W tags, Sam can choose to group the structure based on criteria such as will the part be manufactured or purchased. He can now expand the make group to see the purchase components. He can quickly identify that Eric has forgotten to indicate the status of the full hole pyramid. In the spirit of collaboration, Sam opens the property dialog, edits the properties, and indicates that the part is something they can manufacture in-house. With a quick refresh, everything is updated. As Sam begins to look further into the design, he has an idea that he thinks can make it more robust and reduce the number of parts and be easier to assemble. Using the built-in communication tools, he reaches out to Eric via chat to see if he can be available to discuss his idea. Eric responds and offers to start a call. With screen sharing, audio, and video built into the 3DExperience platform, it's easy for Eric and Sam to collaborate on their ideas. Eric begins to share the 3D markup on his screen. This is a powerful way for him to document Sam's ideas. He begins to sketch out supports that can be integrated into the bottom bracket, which will better support the shock. He indicates 2 holes that need to be added and changes the line style to better reflect their design intent. Finally, he adds a note indicating the need to remove the current pin and use a shoulder screw instead. Eric updates the slide to capture the model orientation and notes. Eric's planning to work from home this afternoon, so he creates a task for himself to remind him to make these changes. Once the task is created, he can simply drag and drop both the assembly and the markup onto the task, so he can easily access them this afternoon. The 3DExperience platform provides Eric a powerful set of integration, communication, and design review tools that make the team more efficient. Now, Eric's had a busy yet productive morning, but he must work from home later this afternoon. Without missing a beat, he picks right up where he left off, making the design changes and getting this design released. He starts by accessing the task directly from SOLIDWORKS, where he can preview the markup from the conversation with Sam. He has full access to the slides that were created and the details they contain. Before Eric makes any changes, he wants to make sure he hasn't used this bracket in any other bracket designs. This is easy to do by simply selecting the part and choosing to select its relations. He browses down to the Relations app. As he digs into the relations, he can see this bracket is also used in a non-sport version of the knee design. It's best if he creates the new bracket instead of the old one. Although the drawing and the assembly are in an in-work state, Eric wants to capture the design changes he is about to make with a secondary revision. He will simply right-click on the drawing and assembly and choose to create a new revision, add a comment, and revise. He is visually alerted with a plus symbol that a new revision now exists, and he can choose to load it with Replace by Revision. With powerful revision management capabilities, Eric can choose to load the past revisions or new ones at any time. With A.2 loaded, Eric locks the assembly and the drawings so that he can begin working on them. In the assembly, he swaps out the old bracket with the new one he has just finished designing. He then uses the powerful search capabilities to find an M6 shoulder screw that he can use in his design. Once found, he drags and drops it into his assembly and then mates it into place. With the design changes made, Eric is ready to finalize the part numbers and release this design. He switches back to the drawing, sorts the design by enterprise item number, and then selects the items that need numbers assigned. This makes it easy for Eric to ensure that all items have part numbers assigned before they are released. Eric saves his changes back to the platform with a final comment and then proceeds to releasing the final design. Releasing the design not only changes the permissions to the design for the organization, but it also fills out the title block with an updated status and adds Eric's name to the check by field, making managing the details of the release easy. Eric completes another task off of his list and has had a very productive day. He also was able to complete this project from home. The platform also automatically created a PDF of the drawing as well, allowing him to move on to the next design. Managing product data on the 3DExperience platform makes handling the details of the design release process effortless. The successful launch of the Motor Knee brought growth to the BioDAP team and the need for additional structure to their design change management, including the need for approval routes, issue tracking, and formal change actions. To handle this, Eric created a standard route for all the team members that need to review the sign-off on design changes. Route tasks can be both parallel or linear, and parallel tasks can require either all or only the assignees to provide their approval. Additionally, the team now utilizes issues when they identify a possible improvement. Issues create an easy way for anyone like Ben in product management to bring an idea to Eric's attention. Eric begins reviewing Ben's high priority idea to reduce the overall weight in order to increase overall performance. Ben has identified the parts and assembly he is referring to. Which makes it easy for Eric to review the request and visually see the request Eric was referring to. Eric's confident we can make the change. So he updates the issue to an in-work status and then starts a formal change action. Directly from the issue, all the information from the issue is copied over, making Eric's life easier. He simply sets the priority and the due date and saves the change action. With everything nicely correlated together, Eric begins the work of building out the rest of the change action. As the owner of the design, Eric is identified as the assignee, and because Ben initiated the issue, he'll stay informed as to its progress. For the approval, Eric can simply add the approval route template to the change action. With any change, it's important to do a full change assessment. With the 3DExperience platform, this is a mouse click away. Eric can easily see the drawing and assemblies that are now impacted by the design change. Once selected, they can be dragged and dropped into the change action. Now, Eric just needs to move the change action to an in-work status, and when he does, the change action takes care of automating the creation of all the needed revisions. The change action now provides the needed permissions for any change to the design it's connected with. In order to make the design changes, Eric simply needs to work under the change action by clicking on the helmet inside of SOLIDWORKS, and it turns yellow indicating it's activated. With material now removed from the linkage, Eric will now set the design status to frozen to indicate that it has been reviewed by the team. Eric updates the change action directly from SOLIDWORKS. Once all affected items are set to frozen, he is ready to initiate a change of reviews and approvals by moving the change action from in work to approval. As each stage of the approval route is approved, the change action is updated. Now all that's left is for Eric to provide his final approval. He double-clicks the tab adds his comments, and selects Approved. He is then presented with an e-signature providing him the ability to attest to his approval by entering his username and password. The approval of the change action automatically changes the lifecycle status of the affected items to release. In addition, the properties of the items now indicate the change action is the reason for the release, and captures all the sign-offs, providing full traceability. To close the loop with Ben, his original issue has been automatically transitioned from in work to in approval, and after review can be closed out as well. The 3DExperience platform provides full change management traceability from request to completion for the whole team, from document management and collaboration to design release and change management. The 3DExperience platform provides you and your team the tools you need to provide alignment to your processes